Welcome to the Minto Sports Complex for University of Ottawa GG's Women's Hockey. My name is Declan DeBarb, and joining me, as always, is Brianna Newell. Before we get into anything, let's start with the starting goalies. In net for the GG's, returning after sitting out for the McGill game, is Aurélie Dubuc. Through 6 games this season, she has a 2-4 record, .926 save percentage, and a .217 goals against average. Down at the other end, starting for the Bishops University Gators, Charlie Wing. Through 5 games, she has a 2-1 save percent. She has a 2-3 record, .901 save percentage, and a .321 goals against average. The two teams come together for this game, in a dead neck race at the bottom of the RSEQ. The GGs in the third. The Gators tied for 5th with the Carleton Ravens. This one, a real test of mitre. Quick chance for the GGs as that's Gagnon, and they score! The GGs scored 40 seconds into the McGill game. They've scored 15 seconds into this one.
Wow, and what a great start for the GGs. I don't know if you could have asked, actually, for a better way to come out, especially riding the win that they had over the McGill Martless. What a huge one for them. And, great play by Vale to just chip it up to Villion and put it in, and Clavel was in the right spot at the right time.
That GG's first line has been slow starters this season, but they got off to a hot start here. That was Ariane Gagnon, who I believe got the goal there, digging in and poking that one past Wing. That's not the way she would have started, but it's exactly the way the GGs would have wanted to.
And it was Gagnon, my bad, not Clavel.
There she is right now. Gagnon loses it, so we just get confirmation. It is Ariane Gagnon with the goal.
Nice play by Dodeline to stop him at the blue line.
Villion, who chips that puck in deep,
Not deep
giving
enough,
the assist, and
Bishops comes back the other way.
And Kaya Vale giving the assist. Here's Scott, Taylor Scott, 2-on-1. In on goal, she just couldn't shift past a couple and frozen by Wing. It was good early action there from Scott. The GGs wanted something. They're celebrating. I think it's a penalty shot or a goal.
I think it's a goal.
I think they scored. And just like that, within the first minute, it's 2-1, and Wing gets chased. So into the crease comes Ajlier René de Cotelet for the Bishops University Gators. And through a minute, the GGs lead by 2. Not quite sure what happened on that play. We'll have to get a replay, take another look at it.
I think Wing thought she had it under her, and she was a little bit mistaken. It was already in the net somehow. 2
shots, 2 goals for the University of Ottawa. Birkby was the one who led the line. She had a 3-goal weekend last weekend, 4 goals on the season. And that one possibly her 5th, just waiting for confirmation. That one chipped into the bench right at Chelsea Grills.
She ducked just in time, though. It was a good reaction. But, if you're Bishops University right now, you are not really liking the start to this. If you're the coach, you're really, really not liking the start to it. And, the best thing that the Bishops Gators can do at this point is just move past it, come out hard every shift. It's still a long game, lots of time to play, and try to get some shots on net and just move past it.
This Gators program has never beaten the University of Ottawa. In 2 meetings, the GGs have scored a combined 10 goals against them. So the goal does go to Catherine Birkby. It's Catherine Birkby unassisted. 4-game goal streak now for Catherine Birkby. Here's Clavel. There's McLean ahead of her. She just gets a stick on it, supposed to poke it past Thibault. That one goes the length of the ice.
Almost, though. Good hustle by McLean to see if she could try to beat the icing out.
So we're less than 2 minutes through this one. The GGs lead by 2.
And sometimes it is the travel you take into account. And usually the first couple of shifts, you got to shake out the bus legs a little bit. And, not saying it's an excuse, but maybe that's what happened a little bit. Just weren't ready to go.
Ooh. Kicked aside. The first action she's needed to take is Aurélie Dubuc, starting for the University of Ottawa. She heads to Switzerland as Clavel pokes it. Just couldn't get on the end of that one. It was Cameron Johnson shielding in. Johnson now with the puck. She looks up and finds a teammate.
Good stick there by Dodeline to break up the play.
Kaya Vale waves at that one, can't control it. Christine Dodeline comes in and collects. She leaves it for McLean. As the Gators on it now. Shifts past one. Nice little toe drag. Couldn't get past Daudelin. GG's captain had a hat trick in the last meeting between these two teams. She finished that one off with a 150-footer. Here's Maude Pepin cutting in, trying to get a shot away. Good poke there by Daudelin. It's been active early, even though the GGs lead 2-0. Vale discombobulated. That puck just comes out to the corner.
And, you know, even though the GGs are up 2 goals right now, Bishop's University is putting some great pressure on the GGs in their zone.
And that's what they'll need to do. Bishops just can't sit back and accept this one. As mentioned, the two teams, as that one goes for icing, very close together in the standings. Them, Carleton, Montreal, and the GGs can be covered by a blanket, basically. The 4 teams covered, separated by 2 points, as we're just getting a scoring change from the official PA announcer. They gave the goal to, they gave the goal to Taylor Scott.
Which, I mean, honestly, I couldn't even tell you what happened with that goal, so it's very possible.
I think they'll say that was Taylor Scott's goal, and I believe that's her first as a GG. It's that one behind the net. Here come the Gators.
Ooh, it's a nice little slash there.
Prue in to collect. She has Aubin ahead of her. She's checked against the boards. It's been a good couple of shifts here for the Gators.
You can tell with the amount of pressure that they're putting on, they're really not happy with how this period has started. Not that we blame them or anything.
It's a whistle. So it is Taylor Scott's first goal. They're not always the prettiest. It doesn't matter.
Still counts as a goal. Good for her. Always very exciting.
Bjorgford draws in to take this one. She loses that draw to Catherine Birkby. Just got a goal stripped from her.
Nice.
She's still on the hunt for another goal to extend that goal streak. I don't think she'll complain, though, as that one's ripped on net by Todd. Blocker aside by Bishops. Losing it in her feet, but that one chipped into the bench by Bjorgford.
Bishop's trying to get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of positivity going on the bench there.
DeBook leaves it for Krasinski. Krasinski loses it. It was Paget who'd come in on the forecheck. Kate McLean looks up. Little toe drag past Belanger. He turns it over. Chipped in by Reedman. Reedman, who got the all-important second goal for the University of Ottawa in that game against McGill. It's a miscommunication there between Nayli Vigneault-Sargent. Turns it over and they're forced backwards. GG's hard in on the forecheck.
Yeah, it was a great forecheck by McLean, as she normally does.
That puck moved up to Belanger.
Good stick there.
Gators stuck in their own zone. The GG's bringing the forecheck as they make a line change. So Belanger over center. She dumps it in and heads off for a change.
Lots of time here for Vale.
Kaya Vale misses that one, and that's not what the GGs wanted. They had all kinds of time as that one's kept in the zone by Maude Pepin.
Nice heads-up play, though.
And here's Scott. Scott, the goal scorer. She turns around and sends a blind pass to no one in particular. Pepin picks it up and just rifles it out of her own zone. Prue shifted back into this game after sitting out against McGill. Head up, finds Biesenthal, who's just coming off the bench. Astro Potamaitis dumps it in. Pepin trying to create a half-inch of space for herself. She leads all Bishop's players in goals, assists, and points. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points for her on the season. Nice little spin by Biesenthal, and you can hear the reaction from the bench. Minville chips it in and gets her feet taken out from under her. Thibault around the boards. Here's Vecteau. Kept in by Garot. Sophie Garot still on the puck, trying to cut her way to the center. She was blocked by Thibault, wearing the number 29 shirt tonight.
Good stick there by Bishop's player to cut up the play.
Bishops will need to take away that center ice as That one given to no one in particular by Gagnon and dumped in by Biesenthal.
And that's something they're going to have to be careful of too, Bishop's University, is those blind passes, right? Making sure that they connect instead of just giving it away.
Krasinski with a shot. It's stopped on its way through by Gagnon. She scored the opening goal in this one. That one bounced out in front. It hit off a friendly body and wide for Bishops.
A little bit of miscommunication there between two GGs, but they dump it in. And Gagnon is there to forecheck.
How many times can you say that in this game? She's been all over the place, but here come Bishops. He's Tiro.
Ooh, nifty little
Between
play.
the legs she goes and
Ooh.
tries to roof it, can't find it.
Nice little play, though, to beat the GG's defenseman and get a shot on Dubuc.
It was Theoret who had broken her way through. Aubin with some fancy stick work herself. She tried to leave it for Fillon, who had cut in the middle to give her some support.
A lot of fancy stick work going on both sides here.
Ella Watson turned it over to Elise Fillon. Fillon had Clavel going through the middle. As I think
Good
the
pitch by Vale there.
As I think the GGs thought there might have been a call coming. Fillon and Fillon and I believe it was Pascal Desmarais got all tangled up. Nothing coming. And here's Clavel. Clavel tries to find McLean, and
She's just flying.
She's in a foot race with Cameron Johnson. She pins her against the boards, and out come the Gators. Minville, the good pinch, headed off the bench and sent that one behind for Clavel to collect. Here's Prue. Prue with a shot. It hit a body, and the first real save that Renee Decotre was forced to save.
But, good shot by Prue. The whole idea is it doesn't have to be a great shot by the point, but it has to get on net, right? And that's exactly what it did. Even though it wasn't the prettiest, it got there, and there's always a chance when you put the puck on net.
Here's Birkby. I think the GG second goal proves that.
Yeah, no kidding.
I want a stretch pass. Just couldn't connect with Jessica Belanger.
Good job by Dubuc, though, to put it safely around the net into the corner.
Belanger was free through the middle with Vigneault Sargent. If they'd connected, it would have been a 2-on-0. GGs are able to deal with it, though.
That's something that GG's going to have to be careful of as well, not to get complacent and still watch for those streaks.
It's been a good response after giving up 2 goals in the first 2 minutes by Bishops. As here's Paget. Yeah. She's a step on Krasinski. She's in all alone, though, and 5 GGs are going to beat one Gator. So that one's chipped out to center. Here's Bolduc. She has a shot. That one always headed wide.
It was a good job by Astropotomitis to keep it down and deep.
That one rolled right off the tongue.
I know, it has a nice cadence, eh?
That one played back to Johnson. Johnson with a shot through, touched on by Pepin. It couldn't find Astropotomitis.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
Shifting through a shot on goal. It's blockered aside. That was Catherine Berger-Dubé.
And they were running around a little bit in the GG zone with good possession, and then it was just Birkby who managed to cut it off. But unfortunately, it went down for an icing, so they're going to be stuck out for a little bit longer.
I believe it was Biesenthal who had chipped it in just before the line, and they'll pull Todd back onto the ice. She's confused as to why she's being pulled back on the ice.
I'm also confused because Birkby was out, but hey, if you can manage a change without them knowing, hey, all for it, right?
And Todd,
do whatever you gotta do.
And Todd heads back off the ice.
Oh, never mind. They were
and
caught.
McMillan tossed, and Scott comes in. We're at the halfway mark of the first period here. The University of Ottawa lead Bishops University Gators by a score of 2-0. 2 goals in the first couple of minutes as GG hits the ice. It was Kaya Vale, had her feet taken out from under her. Kate McLean is in all alone. Tried to find McMillan. McMillan throws it on and collected by Renee Ducote.
I mean, it was interesting. You say that she was alone. Not really. It was just that they were so close together. It looked like there were really no options. That's something that GG's thing have to focus on in terms of entering the zone, is just spreading out as opposed to clustering together, creating those options.
McMillan loses the draw. Rousseau moves it on. Fecteau turns that one over, and it's up into the Bishops University Gators bench.
I feel like it's been going into the benches a lot so far this game.
Out comes the fourth line for the University of Ottawa. Sophie Gatto, Kaylee Lalonde, and Alyssa Biesenthal. Gigi's win it, and Daudeland dumps it in deep. Thibault cuts off Gagnon's, or Biesenthal's rather, path to the puck.
As a defenseman, though, it's actually a great play. Give your partner a little bit of time without taking a penalty.
I want a funny bounce off the ref, and it stays in the GG zone. It's Kaya Vale on it now from the Northwest Territories. That one sent to Lalonde, and Lalonde will dump it in. Sophie Gatto in a foot race with Thibault. She'll be the first one there. Miscommunication between her and Kaylee Lalonde, and Jessica Belanger will try to head off to the races. She was cut off quickly by Prue, who she leaves a little bit of stick work on. And Lalonde back on it at the end of her shift. She's got to be careful. She had her stick up in the midsection. Prue back on it, and good heads-up defense.
There's been a little bit of stick work so far in this game, and the refs have not put the whistles to their mouths yet, so it'll be interesting to see what the first call is.
In the middle, Minville! Blocked
Nice
by
try.
Renee Cotere.
Wow. Nice couple stops there from Coach Ray for sure.
That one just bounced so funnily off to Minville. Here's Fillon twisting and turning. Good shift by the GG's first line. Biesenthal out of the end of a long shift. She tries to find Lalonde. It can't quite get to her. It was a stick of Pepin who was in the, Angelique Paget who was in the way, and Bishops can take a breath. It's a couple of bad turnovers that led to great opportunities bailed out by their goalkeeper.
It's a great step up by Minville there.
Almost
Pretty
created
good
an
shift.
odd man rush, and here's Aubin. That puck just eluded hers. Rousseau can't collect it, and her and Aubin will chase backwards. Aubin took a heavy collision. Gagnon took out her defender.
Nice breakout there by Bishop's player for sure to cut up the middle.
Astroprotomitis dumps that one in. Just trying to cut to the middle. Theodore directed it at goalwards, and Dubuc was able to collect.
Oh, great stick there by Reedman to break up that play.
You could see what that meant to her. She needed to get a finger on that one, and Gagnon trying to shift past one, couldn't quite get there. There's Gabrielle Rousseau on the back check, and here's Pepin. Her backhand pass, it's going to come to her. Pepin,
Oh.
she hits the post.
Nice try, though. Oh, they were going to get a penalty here.
Penalty coming. Hooking is the call, and I believe
Pepin, I think.
Bishops are going off to the penalty kill. Pepin frustrated at that one. The GGs have a chance to extend their lead.
And it's understandable from Pepin, right? You know, it hasn't been the greatest start for your team. You want to get something going, doing whatever you can to get the momentum in your team's favor, and you just go into the corner, you're battling hard, and someone goes down, right? So can't falter for that, but definitely good opportunity for the GGs here.
GGs, who have been poor on the power play all season, got 2 in the last game against McGill, a big part of their success against the Martlets. But that one, not what Minville wanted, and that one sent out to center. Birkby trying to gain the zone. She had 1 of 2 power play goals in a 3-2 win. Sophie Gatto on it now. Reedman, who had the other one. There's Reedman. Off to Minville. Minville head up, spinning. Can't quite get it back to Reedman, but Minville recovers. She turns it over, though. The GG's forced out. 40 seconds through the power play. The GG's looked discombobulated on this first opportunity.
Yeah, definitely not connecting the way they want to, for sure. And Daudeland, I think, will just take it here, settle it down a little bit.
GG's making changes. At least Fillon heads on. McMillan and Aubin out with her. This one moved on to Reedman. That puck poked off her stick. GG's can't gain the line.
Hey, so far, if you're Bishops, this is a great penalty kill, but GGs are making it extremely easy on them.
Left by Reedman, and here's Fillon. Fillon chips it in. She'll go chase. Rousseau is first there. Tries to cut back, but I think Aubin will get there first. She chooses to try and find Fillon, and a board battle ensues. Comes out to Daudeland, who is able to poke it into the corner.
Smart play, too. Nothing fancy, just get it down deep.
McMillan is on it now. 30 seconds left to go in this power play for the University of Ottawa. Daudeland off to Prue. Slides it down to Fillon. Fillon can't control it. McMillan will be there first. Off to Fillon. Daudeland. Head up. She shoots off Paget, who's still feeling that one. And I think that'll just about do it. as here comes Alyssa McMillan. McMillan over the line, she cuts back. Pepin up in the penalty box, going to step out right now, and the GGs fail to capitalize. Firm check there. As McMillan collides with Belanger. She's forced into the boards. There's still a couple of GGs and Gators together as the puck finally comes out as Fecteau plays it on to Berger Dubé. It's sent into the middle, blocked by Daudlin, and here's Kaylee Lalonde. Lalonde has Garreau ahead of her. It's a 2-on-2. Garreau into the middle. Lalonde just couldn't connect. Krasinski winds up, fires that one, always going wide. Berger Dubé, harassed by a couple of GGs. Alyssa McMillan is able to get the puck out to Riedman. Comes to Krasinski, who winds, fires, and misses. Fecteau now on the puck. Gabriela Fecteau is only able to get it as far as Michaela Krasinski, who will get over the line, send that one in deep, and GGs will change. That puck died on impact on the boards. Once again, these Minto Sports Complex boards always having an impact. Daudlin rifled that one on to Renee Decourte.
Nice little escape there by Daudlin.
I was just about to say, Daudlin showing her some good edge work as she can't control that one. And here's Asprey Potamaitis. Ripped off the foot of Kaya Vale, who's in perfect positioning. The last 4 minutes now here at the Minto Sports Complex. That one played behind the net to Daudlin. She moves it up to McLean. It's closed down quickly. There was Scholdice. Thibault is able to get it on to Pepin. Pepin will send it forward to no one in particular, and that one will go for icing. 3 minutes, 34 seconds. The University of Ottawa lead by 2. Thanks to goals from Ariane Gagnon and Taylor Scott's first is the University of Ottawa GG. Here's Birkby. She draws into the face-off dot against Mo Pepin. She loses it. Thibault on it now, and she's able to just get it out. Minville couldn't hold the line. Crew moves it quickly to Scott.
It was a good transition there by the
Scott with Birkby headed to the net. That one, not really a shot, not really a pass.
It was an easy breakout for Bishops, too.
It was Birkby who just couldn't get back on side. As stretch pass there from Ariane Minville. And the face-off will come all the way back into the GG zone.
Wow, okay.
Well, we have a moment to shout them out. Oriel Dubuc, Christine Daudlin, and GG's assistant coach Greg Bowles will all be headed off to Switzerland for the 2021-2022 Winter Universidad presented by FISU as that one escapes.
Great hustle there by Jade Todd. Wow.
Todd really showing why she wants to be in this lineup. So that one hits off a body and goes back to Johnson. Catherine Berger-Dubé. It's back to Cameron Johnson. Johnson slides it forward, but the Gators turn it over. Fillon couldn't collect, and that one sent back into the GG zone by Desmarais. Here's Krasinski. She fires it back around for her defensive partner. 2 Mississauga, Ontario natives for the GGs, forming quite a partnership. So that one sent over to Krasinski, wearing an A for the University of Ottawa. Rousseau will chase backwards. Kaya Vale is able to keep it in. Aubin can't control it. Rousseau looked up, saw Fillon, and just poked it past her. Gagnon gets back out to the point for Kaya Vale. 2 minutes left in the period. That one directed aside. Gagnon cutting to the middle. Puck poked off her stick. Vale! She had Aubin right in front of her. She held up on that one.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Aubin once again right into the midsection of Renee Ducotre, who's having quite an impressive game since she came in the 18th minute of this period. Made a couple of important saves. That one the most recent.
Definitely. I was going to say, she came in after the other goalie had let up a couple of goals, and she, I think, is really giving her team in front of her a little bit of that confidence back.
True.
It was a good pinch there by Prue to keep it in.
Belanger would have been sneaking.
look.
Here's Lalonde. Wrong-handedness there. She would have had more of the net. This one comes back out to Prue, who steps into that one. It's blocked on its way through.
That was a good block.
It was Nayla Vigneault-Sargent stepped right in front of that one and headed off the other way. Belanger now twisting and turning, trying to wait for her teammates to come back on side. Paget got a stick on that one. She tries to send it goalward, but Dubuque equal to that one.
You know, this is a couple times now this period that Minville has made a couple passes or tried to make a couple passes that haven't really connected. And sometimes you're just having that kind of game where no matter what you're doing, it's like quicksand. The more you try to do, the more mistakes you make. So for her, it's going to be really important to just get back to the basics and keep it extremely simple for this game.
Usually a steady presence for the University
Yep.
of Ottawa. One of the most impressive rookies has Minville been, as that puck dug away, but Dubuque had froze it up. Didn't quite catch who it was. It was Mo Pepin. He was digging away at that one. The referees blew that whistle rather quickly. As on comes Dodland and Vale for the University of Ottawa. That one sent on net. Off the bounce, Mo Pepin was right there, but Dubuque equal to it.
She was right there if any rebound was coming out. So good job by Dubuque to smother that and get the whistle.
Bishops knows how important it will be for them to get a goal right before that, right before the break.
It's interesting, too, from the GG's point of view, you have a player that's right by your goalie and no one's there covering her. Something to keep in mind.
Bolduc directs it goalwards. Equal to it once again is Aurélie Dubuque.
Steady presence for the GG's there.
Berkby draws in. She loses a scramble draw, that one. Headed just over by Jamie Aspero-Potamaitis. Rousseau directs it through a crowd. Dubuque equal to it. It's been a good shift here from the top line for the Bishops University Gators. The fight that Dominic Desmarais would have wanted to see from his troops. That clock, I think, started a little bit early, as Rousseau moves it on to her defensive partner. That one heads off, and Minville takes a body-checking penalty.
Yeah, I think it was a cross-check, actually.
It was cross.
Yeah.
Right, you are cross-checking with 41 seconds left to go in this period. Minville heads off to the box, and the GGs will have a penalty to kill.
And not to pick on Minville, because like we were saying, she's usually an extremely steady presence, but everyone has one of those games where things are just not going your way, and that you can see was a little bit of that frustration peeking out.
And I think that really speaks to the pressure that the Gators have been bringing this past shift or so. Great fight there from Alyssa Biesenthal. She's able to get that puck down the ice. Marie-Camille Diore over the line. It's closed off by McLean. She's only able to get it as far as the point. Mo Pepin comes over to collect. 10 seconds left to go. The one hope for the one bright spot for this GG's team is that this penalty was segmented by overtime. Calling to shoot, and when that one finally makes its way to the net, it was blocked by a GG, and that'll do it for the first period of action here at the Minto Sports Complex. We'll be back in about 3 minutes time for our first period report. For Declan DeBarb and Brianna Newell, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Minto Sports Complex. Declan DeBart, Brianna Newell for this first period report. Brianna, everything started right for the GGs. Once again, we see the GGs score within the first minute here. What kind of a boost does that give your team?
I mean, from the GG's perspective, that's great. You're coming off that great win that they had against McGill, so they're just taking that momentum that they built in that game forward into this one, which is really great from the GG's perspective to see that.
But they didn't go away. Did the Bishop's University Gators? They changed their goalie. Renee Ducotre came out and put in a really strong performance. How important is that to have a goalie who can come off the bench and really steady that ship?
Always super important, but especially when Bishops had such a weird start like they had today. Honestly, still don't understand what happened on that second goal, but as a team where that happens to you, it's kind of a deflation, right? It's taking the wind out of your sails. So how do you get that back? Having Renee Ducotre come in, great call by Desmarais, the coach, to make that swap, come in and build a little bit of that energy. And when she came in, she made the stops she needed to make. Even a couple of them were great chances by the GGs. So having your team in front of you see that really puts the wind back in your sails, maybe tries to swing the momentum in your direction. And we saw that in the rest of the period where they put a lot of pressure on the GGs in their zone. They did not let up, and they had some great chances.
Renee Ducotre featured in that game against the Montreal Carabins on last Friday night. She picked up the win in that one, a very crucial win for Bishop's University, and they really built into that game, and I think that speaks with the last few shifts. They drew that penalty there. Why haven't the University of Ottawa been able to put this game to bed, and what have you seen from Bishops to show that they're back into this one?
Honestly, it's a long game, right? Lots of things can happen, and I think the mindset of Bishops was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, it sucks. We let in the 2 goals, but tons of time to come back, tons of opportunities, and that's really the great mindset that you need to have, right? So they got over it a little bit, and they put so much pressure onto the GGs. They didn't go away. They got the puck in deep. They had some great rushes. Even their breakouts out of their zones and the transitions were quite good. They weren't really blindly throwing the pucks away. A few of them, yeah, it happens. Miscommunication or whatever it may be, but for the most part, they were pretty steady in terms of breaking out of their zone, regardless of the fact that, or I'd say in spite of the fact that the GGs were really good on their forecheck as well, especially McLean. She is all over the ice right now, all over the forecheck. She's hustling, doing whatever she can. So even in spite of that, they've been able to break out pretty well, I'd say, and create those opportunities to stay in the game.
Jade Todd and Taylor Scott as well have been excellent on this GG's forecheck. Taylor Scott obviously got her first goal for the University of Ottawa. Big congrats to her. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time for second period action. This game far from over. You won't want to miss the rest of this one. Welcome back to the Minto Sports Complex. You can see the University of Ottawa just getting some last-minute tips from Coach Chelsea Grills. She really wants to see a much better period from their team. I would argue that Bishops were probably the better team in that period, despite them coming out 2 goals to the worst. Bishops start this period on the power play for 1 minute and 19 seconds.
I would agree with that. I think Bishops came out, had a better period, regardless of the fact that, they were down 2-0 for most of it. Sometimes it's just like that. There are some weird bounces you can't control. They have a great chance here on the power play for sure.
Todd, Birkby, Daudlin, and Prue out for the University of Ottawa. Rousseau, Thibault, as she dumps it in for nearly Vigneault Sargent, as it's back to Thibault. One
nice
touch
play.
back to Thibault. Rousseau, rifled on net.
Nice look there.
That one just couldn't connect with Vigneault Sargent. She's back on it now, Vigneault Sargent. Rousseau, she looks up, stops.
Smart play, good patience.
Thibault with a blast from the point. Belanger just couldn't get in the way of that one.
That was a great shot from the point. You could see her stick flex right at that time. That was
Todd
awesome.
is taken down, the arms stay down, and she plays it out from her buttocks. That one in over the line as was Scott. That was Todd once again standing up. She's having a mighty shift as she heads off. Here's Paget. Paget, low shot into the point. Great save by Dubuc.
Nice 2 stops by Dubuc.
I was going to say, on the follow-up, Jamie Aspropotomitis was there to tap it in. Just couldn't send it home. Daudlin in to collect. Aspropotomitis. She cuts to the net, tries to go between the legs, just couldn't, and Birkby whacks at it at the end of her shift. That'll do it for the Gators power play. Both teams 0 for 1 on the night. We're into the second period now where the GG statistically are the best team, are their best selves. They score the most, they give up the least amount of goals, but they're up against it. Montpapin slashes at that one and sends it goalwards. Aurélie Dubuc collects easily.
And Dubuc has done a good job so far of just gathering those pucks, not really giving up a lot of rebounds, and slowing down the play to give her GGs a chance to reset at the face-off.
You can just see in your frame that was Sophie Gatto out to win this draw, and she does, although it a scrambled one, and Bishop's on it now. Gatto takes a couple of whacks. She's able to move it on to Kaylee Lalonde. Lalonde miscontrols it, and that one fired goalwards. 2 Gators try and find it in a crowd. They couldn't, and it's out to center. Here's Johnson. Johnson poked off the puck by Lalonde. The Bishop University Gators are able to get it out to center. On it now, Kathleen Reedman. Gatto trying to get the angle on Johnson. She can't. It's Lalonde. Gives a shove to Catherine Berger-Dubé. Daudlin rifles that one down low. And Fontaine will collect. I haven't said her name too many times in this one. Christelle Fontaine. Gagnon scored the opening goal for the University of Ottawa. Comes into the zone. She has Fillon with her. It comes out to Aubin. Aubin looks up, sees Daudlin. Daudlin steps into that one and right into the glove of Renee Ducote.
Top right-hand corner just picked out too, and Ducote made a really nice stop.
Ducote was down on the butterfly early. There was all kinds of net open to Daudlin, who stepped into that one. As we said, 3 goals the last time these two teams played, including a howitzer from the point. We saw one there, just couldn't find the goal. It's a good save by Renee Ducote. Here's Aubin. Looks up, sees Rousseau, and dumps it in. She has Fillon going to the net. Just can't connect with her. Thibault was over smartly to intercept that one. Gagnon fans on that. Vecteau. Minville has her pocket picked. Here's Gagnon. Gagnon tries to slide it into the middle. Vecteau couldn't connect. There's Jolie Gagnon. And here's Fillon. Fillon has Aubin with her. It's a 2-on-1. Patient. Fillon! Aubin! Sorry. Aubin scores, and the GG's top line is firing.
It was a really nice play, too. You know, not the greatest pinch maybe from the Bishops player, but great patience shown here, an awesome pass, and a good shot to end it off. So you know what? It was just a good play all around. You know, and even for the Bishops defender, she did what she could by staying in the middle. A little bit more would have been to just cut off that pass and leave the shot for her goaltender, Ducotre.
It's hard to see what Fallon Schuldies could have done more there, and Aubin was off all by herself. She had poked the puck past Naomi Thibault, and Filion was off to the races. It was good patience, as you mentioned, by Filion, who now has 2 assists in this game, and Aubin rifled it home, nothing that Renee Ducotre could have done.
It was almost like we were watching a little bit in slow motion. We were waiting, and finally it just happened. It was a good play all around by GG's.
Gagnon was given the secondary assist on that goal. As here comes McMillan. McMillan has Clavel with her. They're just able to stay on side, but puck poked off her stick.
She did have McLean, who was trailing as well, who was a little bit more open than Clavel.
Here's Pepin.
Good stick by Daudelin.
Daudelin has been stuck to her all night. Definitely the most dangerous player for this Bishops University team. As I mentioned, 5 points this season.
I was going to say Pepin is probably getting a little bit frustrated. She's constantly going against Daudelin, constantly getting the puck poke checked a little bit.
Daudelin heads up, tries to find Alyssa McMillan. That puck bounced off her stick, and here's Bolduc. Bolduc has
nice try.
Body ahead of her. Another puck sent goalwards, but Aurélie Dubuc was equal to it. It was Aspro Potamaitis.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think she almost had one there. She thought she almost had one there, but Dubuc made a really steady stop.
Aspro Potamaitis was in with Bolduc, who's on the puck now. Filion steps on it. It worked out kindly for her. That one eluded the glove of Aurélie Dubuc. Here's Vale. Kaya Vale looks up and knocks that puck to center. And she dumps it down. 5 minutes through the first period here. GGs have scored 1. Scott Birkby rifles it, misses.
Nice try. It was all a result of the forecheck by Scott as well. Nice job.
Scott having a good game for herself. Minville rifled it off a body in front of her. It was Bolduc.
But you know what? She does a good job getting back and picking up the trailer.
Here's Pepin. She was hoping that Crystal Fontaine would have stayed in front. She didn't. Here's Minville. Thibault, fans on that one. Lalonde is just able to keep that puck in until it's poked out to center. It was Ella Watson. Poked it out to center. So that one's dumped down.
And Bishops is hard on the forecheck here.
It was Mackenzie Fjord. Here's Biesenthal. Biesenthal, one-on-one. He's forced into the half wall by Schuldies. She's taken down. Searching pass for Ella Watson came to nothing as that one's...
It was the right idea, though. You know, open player, try to get something going.
So that one's sent in. The GG's in offside, and Bishops will take their time with this one. Watson dumps that one down. Vecto, physical battle with Krasinski.
I almost feel like there's been an uptick in this period in terms of the physicality from Bishops.
They've tried to impose themselves. The GGs have been better in this period. That one, Gagnon! Jolie Gagnon still looking for it. It's under Aurélie Dubuc, and we'll get a whistle. There's a beautiful pass there from Catherine Béger-Dubé into the middle, knocked down.
I'll be honest, I didn't know if that was actually going to connect and be able to get a shot of because it was bouncing a little bit. It's almost like she batted it out of the air in a way, a little bit of sauce on there.
We're just having another look at it. I think it was actually knocked down by Elise Filion, and then it was Jolie Gagnon, number 19 for Bishops University, going to work. That one sent goalwards.
Regardless
Blocker
of
to side
stop by Dubuc, and great stop again by her as well.
Dubuc has been sharp tonight. Nelly Vigneault-Sargent was the latest Gator to have a look. That one blocker to side by Dubuc. So here's Daudelin. Daudelin just pokes it out to center for Tito to knock it into the path of Gagnon. Gagnon off to Filion. Filion into the middle for Gagnon. Penalty coming here. Daudelin will get to that puck first and keep that one. And I don't think the decision that she should have made, should have circled back. Instead of trying to hold the line, set up with a 6-on-5. But the GGs are off to the power play.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure if she knew that there was going to be a penalty or what was going on there. So, regardless, though, GGs are going back on the power play. So it'll be interesting to see the unit they put out. And okay,
It's a holding call to Marie-Camille Diro. She heads off to the box. The GGs head to the power play for 2 minutes or less. GGs unsuccessful on their first power play, really unable to get anything going as that was Clavel right in the middle. She leads the GGs team on points, 6 points. Gagnon, she just fired it wide. Much better from the GGs. Reedman pinned into the ball boards by Paget. Burkby comes out with it. Minville on net. It's bouncing around in there. It comes out and Gagnon slides it home. Sophie Gagnon. Sophie Garo has the puck. Find her as she was just lurking there, and the GGs lead 4-0.
You know, it was a weird type of power play, too. It's not like the GGs even had a chance to set up, but it was a nice play over to the defenseman. Minville made a good play to just put it on net, get it there, and you had a couple of GGs there, and Garreau was the one who ended up knocking it to the back of the net. So, you know, power play is successful, and from the GGs' perspective, that's a good thing to see, right? It's confidence boosting for sure.
Sophie Garreau, she got a goal. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave an assist to Clavel. We'll just wait to get confirmation here.
It's possible Minville got something too, right? She just put it right on net, did a good job there.
Sophie Garreau, the second year. It's her second goal of the season and her 4th point. Clavel's pass just eluded Alyssa McMillan. That one just stuck on some wet ice, but it worked out for Bolduc, who rifled it over the net.
Oh.
Taken down was Kaya Vale.
Surprised that was, it is a call, okay.
And the GGs are going to go back to the power plays. Here's Alyssa McMillan. Alyssa McMillan shifts past Johnson. She's still on the puck, leaves it, and Pepin will touch it up. And with 10 minutes, 43 seconds, the GGs with a 4-0 lead will have a chance to extend it on the power play. 2 for 1 on the night are the GGs with the most recent power play goal. They connected right away. And off to the penalty box is Bolduc.
She is not happy about it at all. But at the end of the day, it was definitely a trip. Completely took out Vale's feet from under her. And again, taking a penalty in the offensive zone, it's not something that Coach Desmarais really would like to see from his team, I don't think.
Especially with how rough this period is going. Here's Prue. Prue onto Dodland. Dodland onto McMillan. McMillan with a shot. It was blocked on its way through. McMillan still on it now, trying to show some fancy footwork. It comes out to Dodland. Prue trying to slide it down to Filion. Renee Decote just able to bat it aside. Dodland hits a body on the way through. And that one up into the netting.
It's been some pretty good movement on that first unit there from the GGs. The only thing I would notice and to keep in mind for them is that you have an open lane, take the shot. Instead of stick handling for a little bit, then going and taking. That's why they end up hitting a lot of bodies that are in their paths essentially from the Bishops players.
Clavel and Burkby given the assists on the most recent GG's goal. Burkby's first point, Clavel's first point of the night as well. That one, Burkby just fanned on it. And here's Paget. Her puck, her pass only as far as Clavel. Minville, we think was a little unfortunate not to get an assist on the most recent goal. But here's Burkby. Reedman. Good poke there from Paget. She gets up and can't head the other way, but picks up on a lackadaisical moment there from the GGs.
Good play, by Burkby, though, to come back and scoop up that puck.
Minville to chase. She's followed closely by Christelle Fontaine. Reedman moves it up to Aubin. Aubin off to in between two GGs. This GG's power play can't really get the zone with 30 seconds left to go. It's been a much better kill from Bishops.
And that's the risk sometimes, too. When you're up by a few goals, you start to get a little bit complacent.
A couple of soft passes as well haven't helped the GG's cause. McMillan can't control it. And that'll just about do it for the GG's power play. There's 11 seconds left as Prue comes into the offensive zone. She moves it on to McMillan. That puck just behind her. McMillan tries to roof it, and it goes over. As Daudelain is forced backwards, Beauduc will step out of the box, and the Bishops University Gators have killed another power play. GG's 1 for 3 on the night.
And hey, good. Oh wow, I can't even find my words. A good job by the Gators to just kill off that penalty.
It was a nice aggressive penalty kill as well.
Yeah, GG's couldn't really get anything going. A lot around the periphery.
They leave Vigneault Sargent is going to draw a power play. Interesting here. Yeah. Johnson. She sends it into the corner for Belanger. So Renee Ducote will get to the bench. Bishops have 6 skaters out there. Sophie Garreau wins that one. Hooking call coming. And the GGs will be down a man. Second power play opportunity for Bishops.
And on the first one that they had a couple good chances to get the puck to the net. The book was steady, strong, and the GGs did a good job peeking. So, if you're the Gators right now, you need a little bit of help, right? So it would be great for them if they're able to capitalize on this power play.
DeBook hasn't had a busy period, but she'll be tested now, as it was Michaela Krasinski who heads off to the box for hooking. Johnson. That one sent on net. Pepin will be the first one there. She's back onto it now, poked by Daudelain.
Nice.
Berger, Dubé. Heads up, pass down low. It hits a GG on its way through. It was Aspropotomitis.
It was good clear, though, by Todd.
Johnson. Pepin. Berger Dubé with a shot through off the stick of Aspropotomitis. And Prue with some good body positioning as she's taken down. Can't get it out, but got the puck away from danger. Pepin steps into that one, collected by DeBook. 1 minute, 16 seconds left to go in this penalty kill.
Gators did a couple of nice plays, just controlling the puck, getting movement around. They had a nice play where they tried to step out from underneath the goal line and shove it through DeBook. But what I think the issue is, or the challenge is for them, is they're very spread out. So it's hard to kind of get those quick passes when you're so far across the ice from each other.
Rousseau sneaking down the half wall, blocked by Minville. It's a good aggressive block there from Ariane Minville. Fake shot by Tiro. It was Naomi Vigneault Sargent looking cross ice as Belanger settles onto it. She's moves it on to Paget, who loses it in the boards. 45 seconds left to go. Rousseau. Tiro. Fanned on that one, and they'll get away with it, but the puck will come out as Tito closed off by McLean, and Riedman steps up and fires that one down the length of the ice. 25 seconds left to go in this power play. Vigneault Sargent can't collect it, and that one dumped in once again. Renee Decobre, not quite sure where that puck is. It got caught under her feet, and that'll just about do it, as sloppiness from Bishops at the end of their power play leads to it being killed by the University of Ottawa GGs. Krasinski steps off. Fillon steps on. Prue to collect this one. Left for Daudelain, who fans on that one. Daudelain, though, trying to muscle it out. She can't. As Thibault sends a shot blocked by Fillon. Fillon headed in the wrong direction. As Prue moves it up to Sophie Garreau. Scored the most recent GG's goal. Good heads-up play to move it to Fillon. Fillon up to Lalonde. Lalonde, Fillon had fallen down, and the GGs, I think, are going to go back off to the power play. No, they took a penalty.
I think it was a slash, actually, by Lalonde.
Slashing is the call. Lalonde heads to the box.
And you can see, right, she was trying to break through from that pass from Pomet, I believe it was, and she was thinking that she was home free, but she got a little bit of a hook from behind, wasn't called, she was a little bit frustrated, and took that slash.
So we saw Bishops have a couple of good looks on their their most recent power play. Weren't able to convert. They'll look to do that here. Aspropotomitis wins that puck back to Beauduc. Beauduc moves it. Johnson not ready for it. And out come the Gators. Berger-Dubé back to Johnson.
Oh, great step up there. Good job by Birkby.
Berger-Dubé. Cross ice. Pepin settles onto it. Johnson loses it. Birkby hits a pick and goes down. 30 seconds gone.
Oh, fancy little moves there from Berger-Dubé.
Aspropotomitis leaves it for Pepin, who steps into that one, but into the crest, and she throws Jade Todd into the boards. Clearly some frustration from Maud Pepin.
And again, they've had a couple of good looks, but a lot of them is just shooting the puck into Dubuc's crest. Like, you know, it's not going to work to go through Dubuc. You have to get her moving a little bit, just like any goalie.
And it doesn't help that Aurélie Dubuc has a top 4 save percentage in the division. That one deflected on, and that one they find the back of the net. Bishops have a goal. One that I think Dubuc will want back. I don't think she saw it, and then in adjusting, went right through her 5-hole.
And we're just waiting for the replay here. Great patience shown. And just, again, putting the puck on net, right? You never know what can happen. Dubuc made a great first stop. Wasn't sure she even saw it. And then it was the second Bishops player that was right in front in the slot that was able to scoop up that puck and put it behind into the net. And, again, that's where GG's can't get complacent. You still have to take your man, especially when you're on the PK. Always clearing the front of the net.
Jessica Belanger grabs it on the power play.
And you can tell it gives a little bit of life to Bishops here.
Terret and Rousseau, the ones who were given the assist as they moved it around the point rather. Here's Paget. Bishops now trail by 3. 4 minutes to go in the second period.
And lots of hockey still left to play for sure.
That one sent into the slot, blocked aside. That was Desmarais. Found herself all alone.
It was a nice stop by Dubuc there again.
Pascal Desmarais. That one, the GGs are able to get out to center. Schuldes will go back to collect. As here's Alyssa McMillan. McMillan trying to shift past a couple of Bishops University players. They can't.
There's like 3 of them on her. Not really much to do.
Fecteau dumps that one in. Vale loses the foot race. And it comes out into the slot. It can't be controlled by Desmarais. And Vale will recycle it back to her defensive partner. Heads up play by Daudelain. Puck bounces nicely for Aubin. Aubin in a foot race with Johnson. Johnson gets a good slash on that puck. Here's Gagnon. Gagnon looks up trying to find Filion in the middle.
Good stick there by the defender.
Aubin in a physical battle now with Gagnon. Jolie Gagnon. And as that puck comes out to Beauduc, she'll dump it in and chase after it. Here's Filion. She'll beat her there. She looks up, finds Daudelain. Daudelain needs to look up. She had Gagnon ahead of her, but she turned it over. Here's Beauduc. Beauduc onto Maud Pepin. Thibault rifled wide.
Great idea, though, to see if there was someone backdoor to get that. Almost like a shot pass.
Theodore finds the corner, and Beauduc trying to cut to the front, but Dubuc got a glove on it.
A little bit of a scuffle here as the Bishops player took a little bit of liberties with Dubuc, and Gigi's not happy about that after the whistle. A little bit of chirping there from Pepin, and I think it was Vale a little bit as well.
We haven't seen too many physical altercations. No. In this one, not too many scrums.
And, you know, we talk a lot about the first shift after a goal, especially, you know, the first one, a couple of them afterwards, and how important they are for the momentum to continue on. And Bishops has come out extremely hard after scoring that first goal, putting a lot of pressure on the GGs.
Beauduc tries to send it into the middle. Can't find anyone. Todd will try again, and that one finally out to center. Was looking for the stick of Scott, Taylor Scott. As Prue has the puck bounce over her stick, and Pepin is onto it now. Turning, firing, always going wide. Off balance there. She should have looked up and
seen. Nice pin there by Aspropotomitis.
She should have looked up and seen Aspropotomitis, who was in all alone with her. Here's Todd. Todd is able to get that puck down the ice. 1:40 seconds left to go in this period. It's been a good fight back here.
There's was a good breakout there by Bishops as well.
Here's Paget.
Ooh,
That
nice
puck
play
looking
by
for Belanger in the middle. As Clavel will bounce that one off the boards. Clavel first onto it. The bouncing puck finds McMillan. McMillan onto Clavel. Gigi's just looking to establish this cycle. Scott's a line covered by Paget, but couldn't find a route. Vigneault Sargent trying to find. That was Paget who got loose all alone in the middle. That puck just couldn't connect with her. We're into the last minute here of action at the Minto Sports Complex in this second period. Gagnon dumps it in. Dubuque will go out to collect. She'll leave it. Reedman had to be quick on her feet. Krasinski now onto a puck that was just lazily finding its way behind the net. McLean trying to win a physical altercation with Johnson. Berger Dubé is able to move it up to Watson. Ella Watson fires wide. That puck bounces behind the net. Watson first there. She tries to center it. Bishops are going to get caught with too many men.
That hurts. That hurts the Gators. They're going for a change. Then the puck kind of squeaked out, and it was just a little bit of that hesitation there that caused the too many men. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I can only have 5 on there.
Catherine Berger Dubé was headed off the ice.
Yeah.
And a Bishops University player stepped on. I believe it was Rousseau. She tried to jump back. There was a moment of hesitation, and you can't have that happen.
Oh, man.
They'll send number 91, Ella Watson, to go serve the penalty. And with 16 seconds left to go in the second period, Bishops are down a man. Down 3 and down a man. Ben! That puck deflected off Fillion.
Nice try. Ben was wide open right in the slot there.
Rousseau tries to pin it, and with 2 seconds, Gigi's will run out of time on this one. They'll come back with 1 minute and 44 seconds of power play time. We'll be back in about 2 minutes to our intermission report. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Minto Sports Complex. Declan DeBar, Brianna Newell for the second period report. Brianna, the GG score one, but Bishops get one as well. Was it a good period from Bishops? Was that more of what you got to see from this Gators team as they try and come back from a 3-goal deficit?
Yeah, honestly, I thought they came out really strong. And again, it's not like I thought they had a bad first period, but it's hard when you're put behind the 8 ball the way that they were to be able to come out and still have a fighting chance in this game. So the fact that they came out hard in the second period, they forechecked, their breakouts were good. The only thing they're missing, well, is the goals. That's it.
They got one through Belanger.
Yeah.
It was a kind of a dirty goal off a rebound as Belanger turned and hooked it in.
Yep.
Is that more what we got to see from this Bishops team?
I think so, especially with the fact that Dubuque has been so solid, right? Not just in this game, but in the other games that she's played. It's not that you're just going to throw a puck on the net and be able to get it in.
And you can just see there the Belanger goal is she spun around and fired it in. And as we were just talking a bit, it's that movement that you got to elicit from Dubuque. She's so big in that net and so confident.
You have to get her moving, and the fact is too, from the GG's perspective, is like that goal happened because they didn't pick up their man, right? So you got to get yourselves moving a little bit and get into those open spaces as well.
The GG's have been good in this game, though, and how do they fight that complacency that I think we've kind of started to see coming into the last couple of shifts?
I think of a lot of it, honestly, is the mental aspect of the game. It's never being okay with being up 3 goals because it can change like that. As we saw even in the first period, the GGs were able to score 2 goals in about, a minute or something like that, something so quick. So it really is, I find, the mental aspect of the game, resetting and just still buying into the program, playing your game regardless of the fact that, you're up by 3 goals because it can change so quickly.
The GGs go into the third period up 4-1, the most recent one coming from Sophie Gatto. They start the period on the power play. They'll have 1:44 left. We'll be back in about 12 minutes' time. Declan DeBar, Brianna Newell. Welcome back to third period action. Declan DeBarb and Brianna Newell back for this one. The GGs with a commanding 4-1 lead. They start this period on the power play for 1 minute and 44 seconds. It's a big period for the University of Ottawa. They'll look to see this one out and create a little bit of separation between themselves and the Bishop's Gators. Only 2 points separate the two teams. GG's come into this one with a 4-4 record. Bishops with a 3-5. GG's will be back in action on Sunday afternoon from Montreal, where they'll look to put some more space between themselves and the bottom three. The puck has been dropped and we're underway. That puck dumped down quite quickly by Pascal Desmarais. The GG's will be forced to reset, as I mentioned. 1:30 on the clock. GG's will be looking to get another insurance marker here. So far, the goals from Berkeby, Todd, Aubin, Gon, and Gendreau for the University of Ottawa. Gatto for the University of Ottawa. And then Bélanger has the lone goal for Bishops. There is Sophie Gatto. Binville on it now. She has Reedman along the point with her. Back to Berkeby. Minville collects. Moves it on to Reedman. The GG's put under a little bit of pressure here as they look to establish the zone. Sophie Gatto.
Definitely a little bit more aggressive of a PK we're seeing from Bishops.
And I think it worked on their second power play for them as that puck hammered down the ice by Pascal Desmarais. 45 seconds left to go on this one. Daudelin waits up for her team to finish changing.
Conley skates up the ice there.
And then misplaces that pass to Fillon. She collects it, though, and leaves it for Aubin. Daudelin will collect. Prue onto Aubin. Aubin with a backhand. Couldn't connect with Fillon. He's playing the net front presence. Bolduc will send it the length of the ice, and that should just about do it. The GG's 1 for 4 on the power play as the last 5 seconds tick away.
There's a good cutoff there by Bélanger against Daudelin.
Bélanger will be a crucial player for this Bishops University team if they are to come back in this period, as that puck is dumped down and Aubin will collect. Ben leaves it for McMillan. Tried to center it, but Fillon had gone off for a change.
There's a good step up, though, by Garrow to try and keep it in, but she's all alone.
Reedman's got to be careful about too many men on the ice. It's moved up to Lalonde, who touches it on to Garrow. Garrow hassles Rousseau, and she miscontrols that one. There's Lalonde. Lalonde trying to slide it into Alyssa Biesenthal. Biesenthal stick handling through a cul-de-sac, turn that one over. As here's Bjorkfjord. Bjorkfjord from Manitoba. Ooh. Shoots that one, gives Reedman a check for her efforts.
Basically, as well.
But Dubuc collects, and we'll have a face-off off to her left.
Ooh.
Ripped on.
Right off the face-off. Nice stop by Dubuc.
That was Vigneault Sargent, who was active right off the face-off. Berkeby taken down, and the GGs are going back to the power play here. It was Fecteau who got her stick under Berkeby's skate. Frustrating one, and Bishops will really need to watch their discipline. GG scored on their second power play of the night, haven't scored on one since.
And again, if Bishops is looking to try and equalize this game, taking these types of penalties is really not something that they're looking for.
Exactly. The GGs will just be happy not to press their advantage as Prue wins it. It's fired on. That one bobbled by Renee de Cobre. Prue back to Daudelin. Daudelin has McMillan, that puck just behind her.
Right idea, though.
Daudelin gets to that one first. She's taken down by Gagnon, Jolie Gagnon.
Good stick there by Prue.
Prue is down below the hash marks here as she's tripped up, and it's fired down the ice by Vigneault Sargent. Bishops will change. Daudelin starts once again. She gets the zone quite easily. Leaves it for Aubin. Aubin pinned by Paget. Puck bounced loose, and Thibault will try and ring it around past Elise Fillon, and she's able to do it. Paget ahead of her. There she is. Paget in onside. On the breakaway, she roofs it and she scores! Angelique Paget gets the second for Bishop shorthanded.
We're just going to see how it played out here, but it was a little bit of a breakdown in the power play. And then it was a nice headman pass to Paget and a great shot, top shelf. You know, Dubuc went down, offered the whole top of the net. And you know what? This is not the first time that we've seen a shorthanded goal against the GGs. And this is not the first time that there have been these types of rushes against them.
Pascal Desmarais will undoubtedly get the primary assist here.
And you know what? It comes from a really aggressive PK, as we mentioned during the start of this power play for the GGs, and it resulted in this rush and breakaway and resulted in a goal. Good for Bishops. It was a great play. Well done.
Thibault gets the other assist. Thibault gets the other assist onto that goal. Just like that, it's a 2-goal hockey game. As you like to say, the most dangerous lead in hockey.
It is one more, and it makes it extremely close, you know. And Bishops, you can see the life that they're playing with, right?
There's lots of time to go in this one. 15 seconds left to go on the power play. The Gators have just about killed it and gone positive.
And this is where we go back to a little bit of that complacency that we were talking about between the periods, right? It's important for the GGs to still be playing as if it's a 0-0 game and still be playing to looking for those goals and those chances while defending the lead at the same time.
Here's Kaya Vale. She stepped up, ringed it off the boards, and active goaltending there from Renee Ducobre.
Yeah, it was a great poke check there to lay it to the side by Renee Ducotre for sure. Get it away from the front of her net.
We've seen those boards.
They are very weird. You never know what's going to happen with them.
We've seen those boards play an active role last weekend in the GG's opening goal against McGill. You know, they say you have to be lucky to be good. You have to be good to be lucky.
I was going to say, I was going to finish that for you, but you beat me to it. I mean, if you're Bishops right now, you're saying, hey, we got 14, almost 15 minutes left to go, and we only need 2 more goals. Like, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pressuring. GGs are going to make mistakes. They're going to give up the puck. We're going to get those opportunities. So staying positive. And you can see on the bench, too, a lot of stick tapping, standing up, giving their teammates some life.
Belanger just threw something onto the bench. Not quite sure what it was, but we'll get back to action here. Offensive zone faceoff is won by the Gators. Rousseau rifles it goalwards. Desmarais is having quite a good game for herself. Got the assist on the most recent goal in behind the net, trying to win it back, but it finds its way to Michaela Krasinski. Johnson now keeps that puck in.
Good job by Johnson to keep that in. Ooh.
Belanger just couldn't pick that corner.
Right idea, though. Keep putting it on the net.
Aubin gets out to center. She leaves it for Fillon. Fillon tries some fancy footwork, tries some fancy stick work.
And footwork, I guess.
Yeah, footwork. Yeah. Forced into the boards. That's Gagnon, who's muscled out of it by Paget. Here's Desmarais. Some shuffling of the lines here by Bishops. Desmarais has moved up to that top line as that one frozen by Aurélie Dubuc.
And what they're doing to kind of neutralize the GG's forecheck is that the battles in the corner, they're putting 2 people on the puck on 1 GG, right? So if you're GG's, you're trying to match that as well. But that's why Bishops are coming out with a lot of the pucks from those corners from those battles in the corners.
Kaya Vale sends it behind the net to Alex Clavel, who's able to move it on to Alyssa McMillan. She has McLean with her. McMillan over the line. She beats Thibault. McMillan had driven to the net. McLean had gone behind the net to give her an option. That one hit the post. It's a long point shot from Dodlan. They'll freeze. They'll blow the whistle, and Dodlan with a howitzer knock that puck off, knock that net off. We'll get a whistle. Referees.
Pretty impressive, you know, knock the net off the post with a shot. It's got to make you feel kind of good.
Referees will just make sure everything's in order here. It's the face-off won by the Gators. It's out to Dodlan. Dodlan will send it goalwards once again. Blocked on its way through by Tiro.
Good job by McMillan there to pick off the puck on their breakout.
Back with Tiro. Tourette pokes it forward. Tufekto. She's muscled out of the way by Vale. Vale and Dodland miscommunicate, but it works out for the GGs as Clavel is able to get it to center. Tourette forced backwards.
Smart play there for sure.
And here's Biesenthal. Biesenthal chips it past one. That puck just too far ahead of her. Tourette with a step on Minville.
Great speed.
On the outside, great poke by Minville.
Really key poke there by Minville, but great speed shown by Bishop's player there.
Tourette was at the end of her shift as well. Keep in
Can tell she's
mind.
tired.
Biesenthal taken down. Moves that puck onto Sophie Garo. Garo tries to cut out in front. A stick there from Maud Pepin prevents Garo from cutting in front, and we'll get a whistle.
And a smart play by Renee Ducotre to just grab that, smother it, and get the whistle and give her team a chance to reset here.
Renee Ducotre has been impressive since coming in the second minute. She's basically played a full hockey game.
Great draw there as well. Won by Bishop, straight through. Oh,
that
centering
puck
pass. Very
just
close.
missed Catherine Berger-Dubé. Sophie Garo starts the other way. She's able to move it on to Kylie Lalonde. Kylie Lalonde
Good poke there.
closed off by Scholdice. And it's a
And you have a
3-on-1
shot.
for the Gators. Here's Pepin. Pepin cutting to the middle. Blocker saved by Dubuc. The most crucial run she's made in this game. Dubuc just stayed with her. Pepin cut the pass down, and Dubuc read it perfectly. That one goes down for icing. And Bolduc heads to the penalty box. They didn't quite catch what for, but the GGs will be off.
Showing for cross check, but I didn't even see that play.
GGs will be off to the power play. They did ice the puck, so it'll be interesting to see where this draw comes. It should come at center ice.
Oh, it looks like they're putting it by the offside dot. Huh, okay. Interesting.
Because of the icing combined with the penalty, it's not all the way in the GG zone. GG's able to change as Aubin, Fillon, and McMillan come out. Marjorie Bolduc takes her second penalty of the game. And the GGs will look to have a more convincing power play, even if they don't score, just keep this puck in the offensive zone.
And this is a huge PK for Bishops, right? You know, you're only down 2 goals. It's a good opportunity to get the momentum back in your zone and still come out with only a 2-goal deficit from with the GGs. So huge kill here for that.
Aubin leaves it for McMillan, who moves it on to Dodland. Prue. Puck bounces off Fillon's stick, and Dodland keeps it in at the zone. Back to McMillan. McMillan back behind the back pass to Dodland. Rifles into the glove of Renee Ducote.
And, you know, Johnson there had a really good opportunity to ice it, get it down, and get that change. But she just didn't bear down enough on the shot. Went right to the point for Dodland, and that's how she was able to keep it in. GGs were able to have that opportunity there.
Good movement by Renee Ducote.
Yeah, she's been solid this game for them.
Birkby draws in, hoping to win it. She loses out to the much more physical Bishop's University player, Ella Watson. That one's centered off a body. Garo. Minville. Across to Reedman. Reedman steps into that one. It's sent goalward, and Sophie Garo! She has her second of the night, and that's exactly what the University of Ottawa would have wanted.
Definitely some good movement there we saw from the GGs. Probably a little bit more of the better ones we've seen all night, but Girl puts it back to the point. Great job by Minville to put it over, and a good look by, I believe it was Reedman there on the other side.
It was Reedman. I
Yep, it was.
think the goal is Reedman's. I don't think it got a deflection on the way through.
I don't know. Honestly, it was a little bit hard to see with the netting as well, but again, good movement by them. It's exactly what GG's wanted, but if you're Bishops, that's exactly what you wanted to avoid, right? Because now you're back down to a 3-goal difference in the third period.
So the goal is Kathleen Reedman's. Goals in back-to-back weekends. So the assist officially going to Clavel and Garo. I think that primary assist will change to be Ariane Minville's, but regardless, the GGs have restored their 3-goal lead at the halfway point here. That's exactly what the GGs would have wanted. The GGs now have scored 5 goals in both games they've played against Bishops this year and have scored 5 goals in all 3 games they've played against Bishops in the history of these two teams competing against each other. On the backhand.
Ooh, that was almost a nice response there by Bishops.
It was Vigneault Sargent who used her body, just couldn't get that stick directed goalwards. Good hustle there
good job
by
McLean.
Kate McLean.
Nice.
Leaves it for McMillan, but a miscommunication between the two of them opens the puck up to Belanger.
And, the forecheck for the GGs have been really good in general, but McLean has really been hustling. She's really stood out in my mind on the forecheck for them this entire game.
She has a nose for the net and a nose for the puck as well.
Oh, good stick there.
Clavel gets in the way. We haven't said her name too many times in this game, but she's steady as always as that one poked back into the zone by Riedman. Here's Bjorkfjord.
Good patience shown there for sure.
She dumps that one in. 9 minutes to go in this one. 5-2 GG's lead. Krasinski moves it up to McMillan. She's closed down by Bolduc, who has taken 2 penalties in this game that the GGs have scored twice on. GG's in the midst of a change, and that one for Bolduc to chase. Krasinski gets there first and leaves it for Sophie Garreau. That one off the cage of Alyssa Biesenthal, who had been wiped out on the play. Astropotamidis.
I feel like we've said her name a lot tonight. She's always been in the corners on the forecheck for Bishops and been doing a great job with that.
Good poke there from Biesenthal, and the GGs have a 2-on-2 the other way, except Kylie Lalonde tripped over the blue line. Not what she would have wanted.
You gotta watch out for that, though,
As her and Biesenthal were in all alone against Rousseau and Johnson, who looked a bit discombobulated.
You can see Lalonde, she's going to the bench going, really? The blue line? Come on.
Lucky break there for Bishops.
Ooh, good hustle there.
Gagnon is beaten to that puck. Gagnon scored the opening goal in the 15th second of this game.
There's a good pinch there by the Bishops player to keep that puck in.
They're going to get a high sticking call. We'll get a face-off outside the zone. Aubin in to take this one. But it's won by Paget. Prue collects and rifles it around the boards. Aubin will be first one there, but it hits off Berger Dubé. And across for Gagnon to chase. GG's just wanting to get out of their zone. A couple of wayward passes preventing that. But Minville, dangerous play through the middle, but it's going to work out for the GGs. Here's Fillon. Fillon, head full of steam. She is cut off by Thibault. Paget.
Good breakout there by Gators.
Moves it up to Desmarais. Desmarais chips it in and chases after it. Kaya Vale will be the first one to collect. Aubin is closed off and feeling some of the after effects of that one. She'll head right off to the bench, favoring one of her arms. Here's Gagnon, Jolie Gagnon for Bishops, cuts into the zone. Moves it up to Scott. Scott will get on her horse and chase. She's got to watch out her stick in the midsection of Rousseau. Rousseau smartly able to move it on, but her defensive partner loses it. GG's hard on the forecheck here. That was Birkby, but it comes out to Schuldis. Schuldis back on it. She moves it up to Fateau. It's back with Schuldis. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this game.
Gators definitely feeling the pressure from the GGs, and puck management for them is going to be key, especially going into the last few minutes of the game. They're down 3 goals. Giving the puck away is really not something that's going to help you get into the other end and put the puck in the net.
And if you're the Gators, it's now or never, really, that you have to grab one. Crazier things have happened.
It's true, yeah. And part of it is being a little bit more aggressive in the offensive zone from the points, right? So keeping that gap closer, keeping the puck in, taking a little bit of risk, because you're down 3 goals at this point.
Reedman, nice stick work, is able to move it to McMillan. McMillan can't get it into the zone, but Krasinski will have another chance. She skates it in, and she goes for a rip. That one in an awkward position for Renee Ducote. As here comes Bishops. They win the puck. But that one is sent the whole length of the ice for icing, but it's waved off. Minville collects for the GGs. She's pinned by Fontaine. Back with Minville. That puck bounces on her. She's checked by a Gator, and that one now down the ice for icing.
And we saw Bishops getting a little bit hemmed in their zone. And again, we touched on it a little bit, but the puck management is really key and being a little bit more aggressive in the offensive zone. You're down 3 goals. You want to keep the puck below the, well, if there were a ring net line, you want to keep it below there and see if you can get some more pucks on Dubuque.
Face-off won by the GGs. Minville plays it to Clavel. Clavel controls it, moves it on to McMillan.
Good breakout there by Clavel.
And McMillan dumps it for McLean to chase. Kate McLean gives Rousseau a little bump just to put her off, but it's back to Rousseau. GG's third line in on the forecheck as they get a change. Here's Alyssa Biesenthal. That one eludes Beauduc. Icing waved off as Beauduc, first one there, bounces out for Astra Potamaitis.
It was a weird bounce that came out front for sure. Close call.
Astra Potamaitis, her eyes lit up. She was all by herself, but couldn't tap it in.
Yeah, it was an odd bouncing puck. It was like it came off the boards and Vale tried to get it out, but it went to the front of the net instead. It was a little bit of an odd sequence of events there.
Just as you can see there, it was great positioning there by Dubuque once again. Rifled on, hit a body on its way through. I believe that was Paget who had hit. Desmarais can't get it past Vale. And here's Lalonde. Lalonde has Gato with her. She's checked by Johnson. It's ringed around the boards for Gato. Gato tries to cut back. She's blocked. Belanger scored the first goal for Bishops. Did the Gators captain. And that one rolled.
A close call. I thought that was offside.
That one rolled calmly. The GG's not happy.
Not happy at all.
Dodland will go chase after. Will go chase after Paget, but no extracurriculars here.
Yeah, you know, maybe they were exchanging, contact information. Who knows? Like, I don't know. Ooh, a little bit weird. A little bit of chirping back and forth.
Just a quick look over at the men's team. Currently leading McGill by a score of 1-0. Daniel Hardy, the lone goal for the GGs in that one. We're sending our best wishes to the men's team up in Montreal tonight. They'll be back here on a Sunday.
Good move there by Rousseau.
Rousseau, right you are, pivoting, trying to create a little bit of half space. No one home to knock that one home.
Good job, though, to keep it in there, but it goes back to GG's.
She turns it over. Here's McLean, or Reedman, rather. Aubin rips it. Renee Ducotre just bobbles it, and it comes out. The GGs have gained the zone. 3 minutes, 23 seconds left to go. Gagnon now in a physical battle. It comes back out to Krasinski, who rifles it wide. That one, I think, more of a case of just get it away from here.
I think she was trying to change. Get away from me so I can get off the ice.
Aubin into the zone now. Turns it over. Marie-Camille Thioré over the line now. She tries to shift past Minville. The two of them enter in a physical battle. As Minville's taken down, and that's just an air of frustration from the Gators, and that'll just about do it with 2 minutes and 55 seconds as the Gators take a penalty.
And you know what? They've been pretty physical all game, definitely increasing it a little bit in the second period and into the third, and they were getting away with it a little bit more than you see normally in women's hockey, so I'm not exactly shocked that they went a little bit too far with that hit against Minville there in the GG zone.
That one straight to the numbers.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes for Marie-Camille Thioré that she'll sit. Just getting last bodies out on the ice as the puck dropped rather quickly, and here's Reedman. Reedman just scored the most recent GG's goal. GG's have 2 power play goals in back-to-back games. Birkby, head up! She found Minville. Minville couldn't direct it home.
Nice look there for sure by Birkby. Good heads-up play.
Renee Decotre was on the wrong side of the goal there, so any bit of contact towards the goal by Minville and she would have been able to pot it. It's back with Reedman. Now Minville. Minville head up, walking. Reedman. Birkby! Birkby still looking for that goal to continue her goal streak. That one will come out to center. Sophie Gatto down below the hash marks, looking for a body. She couldn't find it as Clavel dumps it in.
Yeah, it was kind of placed in between Clavel and Minville, but it ended up with Clavel with the bounce.
Good forechecking by Clavel to win that puck back for the University of Ottawa. She leaves it for Birkby. Birkby has Dodland with her, and now she'll move it to her. That one off the inside skate of Prue, and Aubin just unable to keep it in. Dodland, Gigi's captain on it now. She's headed off to Switzerland over the break. Worst place to suspend your Christmas holidays. Filion. Forced backward. She finds Aubin. Aubin, miscommunication there from the GGs, but they've gained the zone, and McMillan forced backwards. 30 seconds left to go in this power play. There's an errant glove on the ice, and Prue taken down, and the GGs will be off to a 5-on-3.
That was not cool. not a clean play there.
Haley Vigneault Sargent heads off to the box. Imagine 2 minutes for body contact.
It almost looked like an elbow in a way, to be honest. I know it's not called as that, but was not exactly the cleanest play. And again, it's frustrating being down, it's frustrating being in this position, but again, keeping a level head, no one's going out there to hurt people.
Gigi's on a 5-on-3. The face-off won and sent down the ice. Gigi's will be hoping to get that puck back the other way as quick as they can. They only have 20 seconds as 5-on-3 available, but they will be on the power play for the rest of the game. Dodland to Prue. Back to Dodland. Dodland walking in. Aubin fanned on that one.
Great idea, though. She's wide open in the slot.
Aubin was in the bumper slot. She just couldn't send it goalwards. Here's Dodland, head full of steam. Over the line. She gets her pocket picked, and Belanger is off to the races. Puck took her wide, but Bishop's still in the zone, and it's forced back out to center by the GGs. Aubin looks up, sees Birkby, dumps it in. 30 seconds left to go. This will just about do it for the University of Ottawa. Birkby fires it. Reedman, she has Clavel streaking off the bench. Back to Minville. Minville going to take her time with this one into the last 10 seconds here. Reedman. Dancing the line. I think they'll just about do it. 5, 3, 2, and as the puck bounces wide, we have 0. GG's win 5-2 over the Bishops University Gators. A game that they led from basically the off. 2 goals in the first 2 minutes from Gagnon and Scott. Her first as a GG were followed up by Aubin, Sophie Gatto before Belanger answered back. And another one was grabbed by Angelique Paget to make things interesting shorthanded. But a Reedman goal in the power play iced it. GG's will be back in action Sunday afternoon when they travel to Montreal to take on the Montreal Carabins. And as the GGs salute their fans, we'll sign off. Brianna, what did you think of this game, and what do the GGs need to do going forward?
I thought it was a really interesting game, honestly. What made it so interesting was that it put Bishops behind literally from the offset, so they're constantly playing catch-up. But GGs did a good job of forechecking, getting pucks on net, even if they weren't the nicest of goals, and just building on that confidence that they got from the McGill win last Sunday.
Something that they'll hope to carry forwards as they head up to Quebec. As we mentioned, that game starting at 3 p.m. You won't want to miss it as the GGs will look to put some space between themselves and the bottom of the table. For Declan DeBarp and Brianna Newell, we hope you have a great evening, and we hope you'll tune in to watch more University of Ottawa GGs hockey soon.